The European Union, we were informed, has adopted a smooth, favorable Schengen visa rules, especially for Indians. But there is no end even now to grievances that are still emerging by the Indian nationals who continue to take to social media to highlight problems that they are forced to face each time they plan a visit to any European nation. For example, this Indian investor in the month of May released her frustration through social media platform, mentioning how 100 documents have been asked to secure a visa for travel. Now that would be fine, but for the time-consuming procedure. She also sarcastically went on to add that she needs only a tourist visa that's simply for a work trip, not to settle there illegally and not to marry their men. But despite everything, she was not granted the visa in time, and about 4 lakh rupees gone in vain. Not the only incident. This finance professional in the month of April claimed that he lost 3.5 lakh rupees in hotel bookings, flight tickets to Greece. The visa refusal came 2 days after the flight date. This was despite the application that was filled a month in advance. Clearly heartbroken, he also said that he has decided not to travel to Europe in foreseeable future. Remember, many Indians plan years in advance. They save from their hard-earned money for such a trip abroad. So this sentiment has resonated with many Indians who have complained about the struggle to obtain a Schengen visa, for example, due to pile of paperwork, lack of available interview slots, and then comes a denial despite all of that. What are the usual rules? You have to show pre-booked tickets and flights, which means lakhs of rupees are put into that. And this is despite no guarantee of the visa approval for a temporary visit. But it does not end there. When the visa is not granted even for tourism purposes or is denied, many have also alleged that the refusal reasons that are given are random, they are arbitrary, and the person ends up facing a massive financial loss. Their plans are disrupted. What does all of this result in? A bitter taste in mouth of what appears to be an unfair practice by the staff responsible for the clearance of these visas. The Schengen visa is a short-term visa that allows individuals to travel within the Schengen area. This includes of at least 27 European nations and eliminates border checks for the members. The visa permits travel for tourism, business, family visits for up to 90 days within a 180-day period. Sounds amazing, till one has to apply. Even sometimes if the application is simply for one of these countries across Europe. However, recently the European Commission adopted specific rules on the issuing of multiple entry visas to Indian nationals. We are told that these are more favorable than the standard rules of the visa code that applied to date. And this is because Indians have had a positive travel history. Earlier, Indians were only granted a Schengen visa for a period of about 3 months if they wished to travel to more than one country. The new rules state Indian nationals can now be issued a long-term multi-entry Schengen visa valid for about 2 years. But this is after having obtained and lawfully used 2 visas within previous 3 years. The 2-year visa can then be extended to the 5-year visa as well. So this looks great on paper. But the biggest catch is, how many Indians are able to travel twice to Europe in 3 years? And with these current refusals that continue to come in, how will this 2-time travel in 3 years even happen? So the process is likely to take time to streamline because we have seen in multiple recent cases that there is no immediate relief that has come for the Indian travelers. Schengen visa applications from India did skyrocket in 2023, a whopping 44% increase compared to 2022. India has become the 3rd highest applicant country behind China and ahead of Russia and Morocco. So because of this surge, there are fewer appointment slots. According to recent Schengen visa statistics, India filed over 6 lakh Schengen visa applications in 2022. This was the 3rd highest in the world. But it also faced a steep rejection rate of 18%. It's possibly one of the highest rejection rates in the world for a Schengen visa. And it has come at the disappointment and a financial cost for many Indians. The fact remains, vast majority of Indians travel legally to Europe. Indians contribute largely positively to these countries in case they go on to reside and work there. Indians are known to largely assimilate, and they're not seen as a law and order concern as a nationality. The change by the European Union here for the visa rule reflects a growing relationship with India, realizing that India is a stable economy, it is a rising power. From England to France to Italy, their leadership have connected with Indian leadership on various forums for students, for professionals. And there is another plus point. Indians or Indian origin individuals are leading almost all top global organizations, so there's also definitely a positive reputation there. So let's hope the new changes will smoothen the travel for Indian visitors. It will foster stronger cultural and economic ties. Because to dishearten an Indian traveler who has followed all rules, bet their hard-earned money to an exploration, will prove detrimental in cultural and political connections. Because a word of mouth always works better than any PR stuntbazi. Thank you for watching.